Welcome back, listeners, to Why Walking Matters, the Science Explained. I'm Tatiana, your host, and in this week's episode, I read a science backed, in depth article about the top 5 ways to incorporate walking into daily life. Each recommendation is built from peer reviewed evidence and authoritative public health guidance. The article pulls together recent research and practical plug and play advice so you can start walking more tomorrow. And remember, a link to the article and the links to all source citations are always available in the podcast description or show notes. The top 5 ways to incorporate walking into daily life. A science backed guide with practical steps, quick wins, and evidence you can trust. Walking is the simplest, cheapest, and most accessible form of exercise. Yet for many people, the barrier isn't knowledge, it's habit. How do you turn walking from an occasional chore into a daily part of life? Recent large studies and systematic reviews show that even modest increases in daily steps produce measurable gains in health and longevity. Below are 5 high impact, research supported strategies you can use today. Each one includes why it works, the science, how to do it, the practical steps, and tips to make it stick. Number 1, make walking part of your transportation, also known as active commuting. What it is: replace all or part of a motorized trip with walking. Walk to the bus stop, get off a stop early, or walk to short distance errands instead of driving. Why it works, the evidence. Replacing part of your motorized commute with walking or walking to and from transit stops consistently improves fitness markers and cardiometabolic risk factors. Active commuting is associated with better cardiorespiratory fitness, lower blood pressure, healthier lipids, and lower body weight in multiple studies and reviews. Turning a daily chore, getting to work, into movement exploits built in time you already spend. In other words, integrating walking into the tasks you already do removes the extra time barrier and turns necessary travel into health time. How to start. Practical steps. 1. Audit weekly trips. Identify 2 to 3 short journeys under 20 minutes you could walk instead of drive. 2. If distance is long, combine walking with transit. Walk to a stop, ride a bus or a train, then walk from the stop to your destination. In 3, use a door to door timer. If replacing a drive adds less than 10 minutes, try it once this week. You can also put walking shoes and a lightweight work bag by the door so it's easy to go. Make it stick. Time block it on your calendar like any appointment. You can use a weatherproof plan, like a folding umbrella or a lightweight jacket. Or make it social. If possible, arrange a walking commute with a coworker a few days a week. Even moderate active commuting has measurable health payoffs and is one of the most sustainable ways to add daily steps. Try walking to the corner coffee shop this week. Leave 10 minutes earlier, enjoy the fresh air, and notice how much clearer your head is when you arrive. Number 2, use micro walks and post meal walks, tiny bouts, big benefits. What it is: short walks, 2 to 10 minutes, spread across the day, after meals, during breaks, or between tasks. Why it works, the evidence. Short walks, even 10 minutes after a meal, improve post meal glucose responses and are feasible for busy people. Recent trials show that brief postprandial walking, that's walking after lunch or dinner, reduces glucose spikes and is a practical strategy for metabolic health. Short bouts also add up. Several 10-minute walks across the day can deliver the same total activity as one long session and help prevent prolonged sitting. How to start. Practical steps. 1. After each main meal, stand up and walk 5 to 10 minutes. A short post meal walk is especially effective. Aim to do this the majority of days. 2. Set phone timers or calendar reminders labeled Walk 5 at mid afternoon and after dinner. And 3, if you're at a desk, use opportunities like walk to mail or a quick lap around the building. You can also replace one TV commercial break with a short walk or cadence of stairs. Make it stick. Pair walks with existing habits, like after coffee I walk. Habit stacking makes new routines more automatic. Use phone prompts or calendar reminders for post meal walks. And keep comfortable shoes in your car or desk. Short post meal walks reduce peak blood glucose and are a practical intervention for glycemic control. After your next meal, walk for 5 minutes, whether around your living room or to the end of the block. It's a small step that helps your body handle the food you just ate. Number 3, turn work into walking opportunities, walking meetings, and breaks. What it is: replace seated meetings or phone calls with walking meetings. Schedule walking breaks during long work sessions. Why it works, the evidence. Workplaces are major sources of sedentary time. Studies and pilots show walking meetings and regular walking breaks improve creativity, reduce mental fatigue, improve mood, and increase daily step counts while being feasible for many office tasks. Walking meetings often spark different conversations and can be especially useful for one to one check ins or brainstorming sessions. How to start. 1. Propose one standing or walking meeting per week to a colleague. Keep it small, 2 to 4 people, and agenda light. Treat it as a brainstorming session. 2. Use walk and talk for phone calls. Pace for the length of the call. And 3. Block 10 to 15-minute walk breaks on your calendar each day and treat them as non negotiable. Make it stick. Set an agenda beforehand so the walk stays productive. Choose routes with minimal traffic and safe sidewalks. Keep meetings to 2 to 3 people for conversational ease. And you can use a note taker or voice memo if you need detailed minutes. Walking meetings boost creativity and can simultaneously reduce sedentary time and improve mood at work. Try a 20-minute walking meeting this week. Invite one colleague, walk the block, and report back on one idea you developed while walking. Number 4, build social habits, dogs, groups, and community walking, or MOI. What it is. Join or form walking groups with neighbors, friends, workplace groups, or community MOI. Social walking increases accountability and the enjoyment of exercise. Social accountability makes behavior change stick. Owning a dog or joining a walking group increases the odds of meeting weekly activity recommendations. Dog owners are more likely to reach moderate intensity activity levels, and community walking programs raise step counts in random trials. Social walking also improves mood and adherence because it's fun and relational. How to start? Search for local walking groups at Meetup or in community centers or in Blue Zones initiatives. Start a walking MOI, a small weekly group. Pick a consistent time, place, and 20 to 30 minutes to start. And use challenges, a 30-day step challenge with friends or a shared group chat to post daily walks. Make it stick. Make it social. Pair walking time with coffee, conversation, or a shared goal, like training for a charity walk. Or use commitment devices. Schedule walks on the calendar and invite others. Cancellation costs, disappointment. Increase follow through. Offer variety. Routes, themes, photo walks, nature walks, or short post walk coffees. And celebrate milestones. Example 1,000 step badges or monthly challenges. Group programs and dog ownership reliably increase daily walking and overall activity, and social ties boost long term adherence. Outdoor walking groups have also been associated with reductions in blood pressure and improved mental health outcomes in population studies. Invite a friend for a weekly MOI walk. Keep it short, sociable, and consistent. It's easier to keep a habit when you do it with others. Number 5, track, goal set, and progress. Use pedometers, trackers, and structured plans. Why it works, the evidence. Self monitoring tools like pedometers, step count trackers, and apps consistently increase walking in randomized and community trials. Clear, progressive step goals, for example, increasing by 500 to 1,000 steps per week, and feedback are among the most effective behavior change techniques for increasing daily activity. Recent systematic reviews show step monitoring increases activity and can produce sustained gains. How to do it? Start with a baseline. Wear a tracker for 3 to 7 days to see your average steps. Set a realistic progressive goal, like add 500 to 1,000 extra steps per day each week until you reach your target. Example 6,000 to 8,000 steps a day or higher depending on your fitness. Use apps that prompt you to move after long sedentary periods and give visual progress reports. Make it stick. Choose small, measurable goals and celebrate weekly improvements. Combine step goals with time goals for flexibility, for example, 30 minutes per day. And pair tracking with social features to add accountability, like friends and challenges. Simple pedometer interventions increase step counts and physical activity in diverse populations. And a bonus, build environmental and prompt based cues. Design your day to walk. What it is. Change your environment and use point of decision prompts so walking becomes the default action, like stairs instead of an elevator, parking further away, visible shoes by the door, and phone reminders. Why does it work? Environmental nudges and point of decision prompts substantially increase incidental activity. For example, signage and changes to stairwells increase stair use. Digital prompts, calendars, and habit cues reliably increase walking when combined with goal setting. Place your walking shoes near the door as a visual cue. Use a sticky note on the elevator saying, take the stairs, or a phone message after lunch, 2-minute walk now. Make walking the path of least resistance. Park further out. Get off one transit stop early. Set simple goals. Start with a step target and increase gradually. Combine intention or the goal with the prompt or the reminder and low friction or an easy option to change behavior. Interventions using prompts and environmental changes are among the most consistently effective. Put your walking shoes next to your bed tonight. In the morning, when you see them, step out for 5 minutes before breakfast. So, how to put it all together? Here's a practical 4-week starter to make the 5 strategies actionable. Week 1, habit build. You may choose to active commute, 1 trip a week, walk instead of drive. Or you might want to try a micro walk, a 5-minute walk after lunch, at least 2 or 3 times this week. You may also want to try a walking meeting, at least one walking call, or invite one friend for a short walk. And for a point of decision prompt, place your walking shoes by the door. In week 2, the challenge is to increase. In week 2, active commute 2 trips this week. Micro walk 5 to 10 minutes after each main meal. Do one walking meeting. Join or start a weekly 20-minute group walk. And as a prompt, set 2 daily phone reminders. By the 3rd week, you are building a structure. You may add one longer walking errand to your active commute. You can continue your post meal walks, and you may challenge yourself to add 1,000 steps more per day from your baseline steps. And finally, in week 4, keep going, keep consistent. Aim for 4 to 5 walking sessions a week with at least one 30-minute walk and celebrate. Reflect on your mood, your sleep, and your energy. How is walking changing you? Make it social. Plan a weekend group walk. This mix uses the commute, workplace, social ties, micro bouts after meals, and tracking to create a sustainable habit loop. So remember, to make it stick, habit stack. Attach walking to an existing routine, like after coffee or after work. Keep barriers low. Keep shoes by the door, a weather kit, and short routes mapped. Make it enjoyable with podcasts, music, scenery, or a walking buddy, and measure your progress, weekly step or time total. It doesn't have to be perfect. And plan for setbacks, travel, bad weather, have alternatives like an indoor mall or a treadmill or stair climbing, and use social accountability. A walking group or app challenge increases adherence. And remember, walking is low risk for most people, but take precautions if you have unstable cardiac disease, severe joint pain, recent surgery, or balance problems. Gradual progression, good footwear, and choosing safe, even surfaces reduce injury risk. If you have chronic conditions, ask your healthcare provider for an individualized walking prescription. Primary care walking prescriptions and mHealth apps have increased steps in older adults in clinical trials. Why these 5 strategies work, the science behind the strategies. Built-in time beats added time. Integrating walking into existing daily tasks, commute, and work uses time already allocated to activities and reduces the extra time barrier. Active commuting and walking meetings convert sedentary time into movement. Micro bouts accumulate. Multiple short walks produce meaningful metabolic and cardiovascular benefits. Post meal walks lower glucose peaks. Social and accountability drivers increase adherence. Dog ownership, group walks, and pedometer challenges provide external reasons to walk, and social ties are powerful motivators. Self monitoring plus progressive goals equals behavior change. Trackers and gradual step increases reliably raise daily activity. Prompts, goal setting, self monitoring, and social support are proven techniques to increase walking. Final note, one small behavior that makes a big difference. The most important takeaway is that consistency beats intensity for most people. A daily 10 to 30-minute walk done every day or most days will deliver measurable benefits for mood, metabolic health, and long-term cardiovascular risk. Start small, choose one or two of the strategies laid out here, and make walking part of how you already live. Walking works best when it's built into everyday life. Try one change this week. Walk to an errand, do a 5-minute walk after lunch for 1, 2, or 3 days, or invite a friend to join you on Sunday. Small, consistent changes add up, and the science shows those steps protect your heart, your brain, your joints, and your mood. Your future self and your body will thank you. If you enjoyed this episode, please be kind and share with a friend. And text me to let me know which walking strategy you'll try this week. I'll read some of your messages on the next episode. Thanks again, listeners, for joining me in another episode of Why Walking Matters, The Science Explained. Until next time, happy walking.